Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, um, you know, awesome live stream today. Thank you for everyone who showed up. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the continuous support. It means absolutely everything. If you guys don't know, we stream every single day at 7 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes a little shorter, sometimes a little later, but overall, we are trying to, show the charts, show the news, and talk about other stuff every single day. Now, listen, today we're going to be talking about Turbo specifically, right? We can see, ladies and gentlemen, in the last few weeks, we have been selling off, which should not come as a surprise, right? It should not come as a surprise because if you have been subscribed to this channel, at least for a couple of weeks and have been listening to the videos, we talked about how this range got broken out, correct? This range got broken out. And even though we were going sideways, we were still trending down. And, we've been talking about how there's a pullback coming. We at least expected for this area to, get out, which was a great, dollar cost averaging opportunity. We even called out 0.005 as a more, conservative pullback. But so if you got in there, it's decent, right? You are slightly down right now. If you obviously got in here, you are already in profits. And if you did, get off the retest, you are already sitting in pretty decent profits as well, right? Like, let's say hypothetically, you got somewhere here at the line, you went over here, boom, right? You're already up 15%. Might not seem like a lot, but you got to remember the crypto markets, turbo, everything moves in bursts, right? The reason why the markets are slow sometimes, turbo slow sometimes, because it's waiting and it's looking to pack a punch, okay? Think about it this way, right? When you're tired, you have to eat well, you have to rest, you have to sleep, and etc. And yeah, it's the same thing, but with the markets, it takes weeks, if not months sometimes, to recharge, to finally have a huge blast. Anyways, look, we can see that we did officially retest off of these bottoms. Now, I don't think, ladies and gentlemen, that this low is going to get swept necessarily. The reason why I don't think that's the case is because I see Bitcoin continuously looking to push up higher and higher, okay? Even though this is technically being recorded, which, yeah, I don't know why the charts are saying the Friday. I thought the charts update at 5 p.m. Actually, it depends. It depends on the chart. It depends on the broker if you're trading or not. But we can see that Friday candle was already pretty solid, right? We can see, ladies and gentlemen, futures. Futures. Okay. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes mistakes happen. But anyways, we'll keep this in because it's just funny. But look, listen, we swept all of these bottoms, and now we are continuously moving up, which we did say Friday, Saturday, Sunday should be the pump to the upside. Now, I would really, at the bare minimum, like to see this candle flip. Even if it didn't, it would still be extremely bullish sign. It really is. Because if Bitcoin, it looks extremely bullish near its tops, then everything is looking to reverse, okay? That means Turbo is looking to start recovering. Now, according to global liquidity, yes, we should have already been a little bit higher, but you got to remember that technically, right, there are multiple points where Turbo can, peak in, right? If we take it from here, take it 91 days, this might not be the peak for Turbo. If we take it here and we go 91 days out, which is next week, then maybe that's the peak, right? Like maybe that's the big pump, right? Because the global liquidity, right, the 91 days ideology is pretty accurate. It really is, right? When we took the tops of Turbo, boom, 91 days, right? 91 days. When we took the bottom, right, it was exactly 91 days. When we took these, when we took the tops in, we could see this already was technically 91 days, right? This was higher than obviously these red lines below, but Turbo is already down. That's because Turbo actually peaked on this huge rally first, right? If we go all the way here, this 91 days, we can see how big it was. So that's the thing with altcoins. That's the thing with global liquidity. It's going to be a little bit trickier. And we still have the ideology that we could potentially have to cash out a little bit earlier with Turbo because, when we saw Turbo start really starting to rally, right, it rallied heavily in the middle of October, while most coins start to rally in November up until December. Yes, technically, that one or 2 weeks of December, we did also see a pump, But you got to remember the first big actual expansion was way earlier. So, you know, just keeping an eye out, just keeping an eye out. But overall, let's move away global liquidity, right? Let's move away global liquidity. We are looking fantastic. I truly do believe that we are going to start bursting to the upside very, very fast. Now, you know, technically, right? Technically, we don't have the confirmation on the daily time frame just yet, right? In order to see the daily time frame, confirmation, we have to have a close above these highs over here, right? But at this current moment, we could see we have this low, we have a lower low, and at this moment, we have a lower high. But ladies and gentlemen, I believe with the context and with where we expect the markets to be over the next few short weeks, I really do believe this is a reversal, right? When I break it down on this smaller time frame, right, we know that this over here was looking to retest the big, very big support, which we did, right? All this area over here, all this area over here at 0.0035, 36, 37 area, it was looking to retest. So overall, I do believe, you know, this is the beginning of something greater. We can see even on, let's say, the 4-hour chart, we already broke structure, right? When we have this over here, we have this bottom. We did have, you know, you could say these were the last 4-hour relevant highs when we were dumping. And we can see we already did close above it, right? We closed over here. So we are getting a market shift. Even when we did pull down with this 4-hour candle, right? We closed over here, which is obviously higher than this. So the market is shifting, right? If we take the brush, we were going down, boom, right? We went up, boom, we went past, you know, this area with over here. So we are shifting on this smaller time frame, right? So overall, I do expect good things with this coin. Remember, some of the things we say on this channel are high probability things that are going to play out. Sometimes the timing may be, you know, a little bit off, whether it's by a couple of days, max a week or whatever. But if you want confirmation, that is when we have to look in the moment to see if we are getting confirmation, right? So it's the same thing, ladies and gentlemen, with when we said, look, we are expecting to start reversing, right? When Turbo was already here, right? When Turbo was already here and here, we expected the reversals to be happening because there are already small clues, right? And then when we got confirmation because we broke this structure, right? When we broke it, that is when I said officially we have broken structure, right? So you just have to something separate the two. But as of right now, we do have confirmation on a smaller time frame in terms of us reversing, and obviously Bitcoin once again looks good. So yeah, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to tune in the stream today at 7 p.m. We're going to be going over the most authentic crypto YouTubers, right? Hopefully no drama gets caused, but I have to protect you guys because that is, I don't know, sometimes I feel like that's my mission, right? For myself to do well this cycle, for you guys to do well this cycle. So, you know, no drama, but we got to make a tier list. That's what I'm saying. That is, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.